This company was founded by Smith Bagley, who came to the Southwest in 1994 for the first time.
I had gotten his page, I called him up, and he said he had won the rights to a rural service area in Arizona.
He had won Spectrum airwaves. Spectrum is a commodity, so it can be bought and typically sold for a good profit.
His first reaction was, oh, this is a good business deal, and I might be able to sell it, and what a great thing that I've got in this.
He went and met with the president of the Navajo Nation, and I think at that point realized how difficult their lives were and how they had no landlines, so they had no means of communication.
And I remember him coming back and telling me, this is really something. We can make a difference.
In 2000, the U.S. Census reported that only approximately 30% of households on Native American lands had access to a telephone of any sort.
I mean, there just weren't telephone poles. There wasn't wireline service, let alone wireless.
And by the 2016 census, we're now at approximately 86%. So this program has actually transformed how people on these tribal lands communicate.
So we work with the Navajo Nation, the Hopi tribe, the Pueblo of Zuni in New Mexico, and the White Mountain Apache tribe.
When the opportunity to participate in the Lifeline program came along, Mr. Bagley understood that people living out in remote tribal lands could not even afford a tank of gas to drive 100 miles each way to reach one of our stores. And so immediately he decided, well, we're going to bring the stores to them.
It was very important for him, for us to go out and get to know our customers, to talk to them, to listen to them, and to really engage with them and provide services to them.
It took everybody. We'd have our, programming team days, when everybody pitched in and helped.
I remember our first event in Kayenta. We had thousands of people lined up to get a phone.
The lines of people that would come out, the need that was there. I mean, there were customers, and the stories that they would tell of how this lifeline truly saved lives was amazing to me.
The lady who allowed the cell tower to be built on her land, in the tribal land, she was bitten by a rattlesnake, and because she had a Cellular One phone, they were able to call for medical help, and that saved her life.
Being able to talk to their grandchildren for the first time. They were getting pictures of, their grandbabies for the first time. And those type of stories, those go a long way in making it well worth what we do every day.
Smith was just so proud of what he was doing here, but it wasn't about him. It was never about him. It was always about the people. And it was always about the way he felt that he could provide livelihoods for people, and then that he could take care of their families, and that he could bring communication to people on the reservation that never had it.
Smith died at the beginning of 2010, and it was very unexpected.
I acquired the company through his death and became obviously much more involved because I had to be, and because we were facing a real crisis after his death. So I went to Smith's best friend, a lawyer, prominent Washington lawyer, my brother Kevin, who was also a lawyer, and these were the two who eventually became the board. I also reached out to my friend Dennis O'Brien, who is a major businessman who owned an international company, much larger than ours, Digicel. And he came back and said, I won't let you sell it, I will help you grow it. I think we have transformed the company because of his advice, and also because of our board, and most especially because of the management team that he helped bring together, and we continue.
I didn't know what to expect because my contact through Digicel, Seamus Lynch, told me it was in Phoenix. And so I expected to be coming out to Phoenix, and then he said, well, it's not exactly in Phoenix. It's a little outside of Phoenix. Well, of course, I used Google Maps and said, that's pretty far outside of Phoenix, but let's see how it goes. So then we showed up in Show Low, and two big cowboys came in to greet my wife and I, and we didn't know what we got into.
Over the last few years, it's been a joy to see the company because I think it is one of the best managed companies now I've ever seen.
I will say that, since Smith left us back in 2010, it has been another amazing ride, which is almost a separate story.
I would say what sets us apart from other cell phone carriers, first of all, is we care. We care about our customers, we care about our community, and we care about where we are.
My name is Juan Munoz, and I've been customer with you guys for 25 years.
Personal, I probably had Cell One. Well, they were the first ones I ever had a cell phone with.
If I have a problem, which is rare, I know that I can call up any of the people that answer the phone and I'm going to be taken care of quickly, and it's very friendly. They're wonderful.
I have been a customer of Cell One for probably since the late 90s. I haven't used any other cell carrier except for Cell One.
I've been with Cell One about 15 years. I love their service. All my guys carry Cell One phones, and I think the service is excellent.
We do carry Cell One service on our ambulances all the time. They have great service. Sometimes we go on the reservations. We can't get service from some of the other providers, so we use Cell One quite a bit.
One of the things that really warms my heart and the hearts of so many is how much we give back to the community.
We were always involved on school boards, on the chambers. We worked closely with United Way.
During the fires, we were there to work with the fire departments and to help them.
Even if it's something simple, like I've seen Cell One come out and offer food when they're trying to get those people to sign up for plans, that's huge. When you don't have a homeless shelter on your reservation, just that meal that's provided is huge.
I think the other thing is our agility. We're small enough to maneuver quickly on items, but we're big enough to bring in the latest technology and the latest resources.
In our footprint, we have over 230 cell phone towers, whether that's a 2G network, a 3G network, and some of them with LTE. Our coverage area covers the same square footage or square miles as the state of Georgia.
We've come from startup company to, high growth company, mature company, highly competitive, and now diversification into, new avenues. And I think that's what has made Cell One successful in a market where there's been a lot of consolidation of small rural carriers.
The last thing I would say is our willingness to take a risk. I talk to my compatriots at the other rural telcos, and they can't believe what we do. They actually call us the Cowboys of the Wild Wild West. There's that cowboy theme again. If we come up with the right business case, as crazy as it may seem to start, if it makes sense, we'll get approval when we go.
Our backbone of this company has always been, for the most part, our Lifeline plans, which is great. But we needed to become very relevant in the telecommunications space and be competitive in our markets.
If we want longevity in our business, we have to diversify away from being a Lifeline and a telco provider in rural America.
And so we brainstormed and we came out with Naked Mobile. The brand has certainly evolved over the last 5 years since we launched it. It went from more of a risque kind of a brand to really a fun brand and more of an adventure brand. It's all about take that phone everywhere you go and it'll be a part of your life. And it really has become that way. And so we're really proud of that brand. And now that we have it available online, it's growing even faster.
And we built business solutions internally from the ground up. We had a product, we had an idea, we had concepts, we had partners, but to continue to diversify, we needed something that was bigger, something that was better. And in 2017, we took on our first large merger and acquisition when we acquired Sun State Technology Group. In Show Low, Arizona, where the headquarters is located, you have a small reach. Now that we acquired Sun State Technology Group, it allowed us to enter into the Phoenix market. We have a huge outreach now. It allowed us to gather a lot of great talent and a lot of good expertise that the company had never seen before. It's allowed us to expand our knowledge base internally, and it gives us the ability to offer amazing products and services to our customers. And the level of support that we can provide to the customers after the merger and acquisition from Sun State has been amazing. And people are starting to look at Sun State as an extension of their team instead of some company that they pay on a monthly basis.
Turning 25 years old as a company is quite a benchmark.
25? Who can't be happy about being 25, right? Yeah, I mean, geez. To be 25 again.
For Cellular One to hit 25, that's impressive. From your 3 towers 25 years ago to over 200 now.
Being able to understand the local customers' needs and continue to fit those needs and create and maintain that space that we operate in, I think it's remarkable to be able to have done that for 25 years.
From the beginnings with Smith to today, we are not just maintaining what was started, but we are improving it year in, year out.
We have our history and what we've done, and we've built off of that history, but we don't let it limit us in where we're going into the future. We have the Cell One culture. We have the Cell One family and how we believe in each other and we trust each other, but we're going to continue to adapt to different technologies.
The 25-year celebration means to me that we've done a lot, and being the largest network on the Navajo Nation right now, it has provided a lot of communication, which was vital to the Navajo people.
Phones will continue to change. People will buy new models of phones and so forth, but this company was instrumental in building a lot of the early infrastructure that will be here for many decades, I believe.
25 to me seems very young. So I think that this is the beginning. I mean, I think we're going to be around and doing great work for years to come.
I see a long future for Cellular One. I see us around for many, many years because we do adapt.
The 3 words that I would use to sum up our company is cutting edge, dynamic, and perseverance.
I would say family is probably one of the biggest for me. Partnerships and community.
I think the 3 words would be, we are family. That's what we are. I think Smith would be so proud, not only for the business side to make money and to be profitable, but also to be part of something larger than ourselves.
This is not like any other work I had done before. This was changing lives. I mean, truly. People have opportunities now. They can get jobs, they can get loans, they can communicate, they can talk to each other, they can stream video. I still feel really proud of what we do, even all these years later.
I know Smith would be so happy, so proud of his wife Elizabeth, how she's been able to get involved in this, and really, I think he would be over the moon with how good the people are at the company now.
The bottom line is, Cellular One is successful because of the employees that we have on staff. And that is why we are where we are today. And that's really important to the story of Cellular One.
For the company to be where it is, still growing, still moving forward in this business climate, is an amazing story for the company. So for everyone who's put so much into this, I'd say congratulations on 25 great years.